The Dominican Republic attracts expats from all over the world for both vacation and relocation reasons. Apart from the nice tropical ambience and paradise living, many expats face quite a few challenges here, and this can sometimes make paradise look a bit dimmer. Or, of course, if they learn from these challenges, it can make them wiser and happier people in the end of the day. In this video, I'll interview a few long-term expats who will share both their most challenging experiences here and their most positive experiences. So let's get started. How long have you been down here, Bart?
Oh, I've been here 8 years now.
8 years. Yeah, and what's the most challenging thing you feel you've had during your 8 years here?
Kind of frustrating is all the expats writing on the expat sites about how, oh, well, we don't do this at home, and we did things at home down here, it would be a lot better. Well, why the hell did they move down here if they want to make it like home? I thought they left home as they like it here. So don't change things. You know, so let the locals want to change things, fine, but don't move in here and buy a condo and stay a year and start wanting to change everything in town. Let the locals want to change it, let them do the changing. Exactly. You go back to your own friggin' country where you come from.
Well, please stay there, yeah. Yeah, stay in your regulated countries and the way you like it back home. And if you're willing to accept, like you're saying, what the locals do, then we see them as welcome.
Yeah, that's why I come here. Hey, I mean, look at, hey, I'm driving an ATV, and I got a license plate on it. I can drive it anywhere a car goes here, in town, on the highway. I can do whatever I want with it. In Canada, I can't even drive it on a backcountry forestry road. You guys got to be kidding! I mean, like the laws in Canada, it's just totally crazy. At one time we could drive it on a backcountry forestry road, but oh no, you got to drive it on private land. Oh, crazy!
Soon you're not allowed outside.
I love it here. I'm never going home.
Soon you're not allowed outside your 15-minute bubble over there. Yeah, it's China there.
The challenging thing to get used to is that culturally they have a different idea of compassion. You see it when they drive. They're very dangerous, and it's why there's the most fatalities here in the world every year. And gratitude, while they appreciate things that you do, kind things. If, for example, a guy's to ask for 100 pesos, which is a couple bucks out of your pocket, and you can see he's struggling, it's fine to give him that. The problem is that you don't make any friends that way. They come back the next day, and if you don't have the same in return, now you've made more of an enemy than you made a friend the day before. So it's best just to let them.
So they kind of look at you as a sucker if they get the money out of you. Once a sucker, always a sucker.
And it's a cheap price. If it's 100 pesos, it's a cheap price. But
yeah, well, I kind of choose. If I can see they're missing a couple of limbs, etc., then you know it's going towards a much needed cause.
Man, if somebody needs a couple 100 pesos to survive the next week or day, then that, you know, absolutely. But those are few and far between, just like that.
Probably during lockdown in Santo Domingo, getting arrested for being out after 5 o'clock and taken to the police station, waiting 6 hours there, not knowing what was going to happen, whether I was going to have to spend the night in the clanger or not. And after 6 hours, when the colonel showed up, and we're all really hungry, so what does he do? He starts cooking in front of us, and then getting taken to the prison, and which was like something from a nightmare or something from like a really horrible dystopian horror movie.
So it's like tyranny to me.
But thankfully being given the option to pay 2,000 pesos to not go inside. So it was kind of a no-brainer. That was the most challenging, I think.
Yeah. Well, there's some Dominican tyranny right there. Folks, I'm here with one of my viewers, Carla, from US.
Yes, from Oregon.
Oregon. And you've lived here for 4 years,
yes.
You told me. Now, what's been the most challenging thing that you've found in living down here?
The traffic, the motocoches, the motorcycles, they're have no rules.
They're literally like mosquitoes around you when you're walking, driving, or...
Oh yeah, they drive through the red lights. They don't pay any attention to whatever the signals are or anything. They just drive right through.
Yeah. Have you had any incidences?
Yes, actually, I had a couple incidences. I got hit by a motorcycle, and
While walking or driving your car?
driving, and my husband got hit by a motorcycle walking. So a couple incidences.
So just to elaborate on the one with the vehicle, what happened there?
I was turning and he hit me
In the side.
on the side. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but everybody survived, so that was good.
That's good. They say you got to have 8 eyes to drive down here, so you got to check all your angles. You can't trust any lights. You got to really just look old-fashioned way, watch around you, who's coming, and try to preempt
Oh yes.
who could come flying out from a side road or
Definitely.
cutting the corner when they drive into the street you're coming out of.
Yeah, and don't assume that a one-way street is a one-way street for
Exactly.
either motorcycles or cars.
They don't call it the Wild West for nothing.
Well, the most challenging thing for me, I think, was getting to know the mindset of Dominican and Haitian people. In our culture, it's normal that you make friends, that you trust people, and that you are there for each other. You try to help out each other. Over here, it's a completely different thing, and you need to understand that before you can adapt to it and live with it in a normal and happy manner. Over here the mindset is primero dinero. Everything is about money. There's nothing like friendship, there's nothing like trust, there's nothing like helping each other. It's all about I need to look out for myself first. And that's what these people do, because they don't have a social system here, they don't have pensions, they don't have anyone who's taking care of them once they get into an accident or get sick. It's the children taking care of the parents, and that's all they have. So everything here is about making money and about getting money. I've noticed that by taking in a Haitian guy, giving him shelter, giving him and his wife a place to stay, giving him money, giving him food, and in the end being robbed by him. The moment they get the chance to get anything out of you which they can make money on, they do it. So they do that in all different ways which you can imagine. They can do it by taking stuff from you, they can do it by exploiting you, by telling you that they're gonna make something more cheap for you, they're gonna get a discount for you, and in the end making money of them themselves. In my experience, the worst thing that happened to me wasn't even material stuff that disappeared or got sold or I missed at some point, but was an emotional thing. I got gifted a little dog, which I grew very fond of, red-nosed pit bull. I thought it was my dog, so I fed it, I raised it, it was always with me, and from one day to another it was gone. And I came to know that my security guy, my Haitian guy that I helped, that I trusted, that I took in, only used me as a caretaker for the dog, to feed him and to go to the doctors with him, get him his shots, until he found a buyer for it. And then the dog disappeared, it was gone. They scam people into a lot of things to make a profit out of it. And that's, I think, the worst thing about the Dominican Republic. You just have to get used to the way they think. And once you know how they think, you can cope with it. And you can
Well, we have to try not to generalize too. There's a lot of nice Dominicans that I've met that are not like that, but in the lower social economic group, there's a lot of them that will pull a Swiftie on you.
Probably
And if you are too trusting,
yes.
you know, they will try to take the mickey out of you, or let's get the gringo on this one.
Yes.
He's got plenty of money, I don't, so let's see if I can get a chunk of what he has to get his stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've been here for about 6 years almost, and I've been engaged in a lot of different endeavors business-wise, and I think one of the biggest challenges that I face is in engaging in a new endeavor, right? It's hard to find people who may share the same synergy with you, sometimes have the same vision. You have to realize we're in a place where there are a lot of people engaged in their own business activities, and they're always looking to make the quickest dollar sometimes. There's been challenges, right, in finding the right people to work with you, whatever your business idea might be, whatever you're trying to do. Sometimes finding people that might be hard to train, people who really don't understand, people who don't show up, or maybe split after a couple of days or a couple of weeks. So yeah, that's always going to be a challenge as well.
I'd say the banks. The banks are rough. Trying to open up an account, trying to get your money or whatever. Yes, the banks.
Yeah. So what kind of bureaucracy did you get up against there?
Have to take your passport every time you go into the bank itself. If you want to actually take money out, make sure you get an ATM card down here. Because if not, you'll have to take your passport in there, show ID, stand in line for an hour at least every time. It's a pain.
It's a pain in the butt.
Yeah, it's a pain in the butt.
So get a little charge card. It's not even a credit card. Most people just get a little ATM card that you just have to keep something in it.
Yes.
Yeah.
They ask for a minimum. If you don't have a minimum, they charge you so much. They're going to charge you for everything.
Yeah. 2 banks to try out I can recommend would be Leon and Banco Santa Cruz. Most of the others, just to get an account there, you need to fill out a whole list of requirements and bring documents from overseas and all the rest of it.
Santa Cruz can be a little rough. I deal with them now, but I'm in, so it's not so bad.
And bring a reference letter from your bank, your passport, and a second ID.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that would be if you want to come down here and buy some real estate or get involved in even in a business where you're putting down money for a piece of property, a business or a piece of land or whatever. Be cautious who you buy it from and what the title is all about. And I know, folks, you've heard that before from other people, but I can tell you the best thing to do is to buy from an expat, but not necessarily always good. But sometimes it's better chances to buy from a foreigner than it is from a local. That's been my experience anyway.
Well, especially if you can speak the same language.
Yeah, because you know, many people come down here, you don't speak Spanish, and everything, all your documents and everything for this transaction will be in Spanish. Of course, you can interpret everything on Google.
Maybe I can throw something in the pot on that one. My service, InfoHub, which you find in the top right-hand corner of my YouTube channel, there you can get access to a range of different suppliers, tradespeople, but vetted. So get a good lawyer. That's probably one of the big things. Get them to check that there's no lien on the property, that there's a title.
Yeah, I know you have some, and you have some tips on, I think, on lawyers. But it is good to get a good lawyer.
You know, in my case, there's only a handful of lawyers that I could recommend down here that I know. There's probably many good ones on the island, but there's also a lot of sharks. So,
yeah, I can't recommend any because I haven't had that many transactions. But yeah, so be cautious on that. Who you buy your property from, you really can't trust anybody, but you use your best judgment on that. And I've always found that a person from the West worked best for me because they come from the same background I come from, and you're more familiar with the way the procedures go. Also, one more quick thing: buy a piece of property, get involved in a business, and don't throw a whole lot of cash out. At least not on your first property. Maybe once you get your feet wet a little bit. Then push it a little bit, but don't put all your eggs in one basket. That's my advice on the challenging.
Very good.
Well, one of the things that can be challenging is ordering food. If you do not speak the language, it can be a little bit challenging. When you order something and you tell them what you want, and you speak in broken language, they speak in broken English, you speak in broken Spanish, and you think you got it right, and your food come back totally different. Yeah. So you just handle it, and it just comes with the territory. You laugh about it, nothing to get really upset about. It just happens from time to time. If you don't speak the language, you can expect that to happen. It happened the other day with me when I ordered a grilled chicken sandwich, and I told them extra onions, which is cebollas, mas cebollas, and it came back with coleslaw with the onions in the sandwich. And I was like, wait a minute, something don't look right here. There's a whole lot of things going on. And I had the onions and the coleslaw in the sandwich. So, and actually it didn't taste bad. I ate it and it wasn't bad. So I explained it to the young lady and she said, sorry, next time. I said, yeah, sure. And it happens. You just take that and keep on moving.
It's part
it's
of
all good.
travel experiences there.
Let's give some woman tip, let's say. So I want to say that of course Dominican Republic culture and Eastern European culture, they are very, very different. As I would say, maybe in Eastern Europe we are not the most friendly people in the world. So maybe one of the first things which kind of took me unprepared. I remember when I arrived here, first day, landing in Punta Cana, and in the morning I decided to take a walk by myself, from the apartment where we were staying to the beach, and it was for me it was so crazy. So I needed to walk for maybe 10-15 minutes from the apartment to the beach, and for these 15 minutes there was maybe 20 different cars and motors with guys, and they stop and they just trying they start a conversation with you yeah, you're so beautiful, do you want a ride, do you want to take a ride, and in the beginning I was so shocked, and I was just no thank you, no thank you, and then I continue walking, and they continue stop every 5 minutes, and I was oh my god, this is so weird, so
there was a lot of attention,
so intimidating, I would say, to the things I'm used to. And I was even a bit scared. I was looking at the back, and then the next car stopped, and then the next one, and the next one. But with the time here, I just realized that the guys here, they are much different, and they will if you walk by yourself as a girl on the street, you hear every 2 minutes hey beautiful, do you want to have a coffee, give me your number, let's have a dance, and this is something normal for here, and for sure it's by my experience by now it's nothing dangerous, it's just the way they communicate, but for sure I think if you are not used to that, in the beginning can be, and if you don't like attention, in the beginning can be a little bit stressful and weird.
So with dancing as an example, if you're in a club, have you been approached by Dominican men that just come up to you and want to dance with you?
Yeah, here, if you go out on a club or a party, and they have here, they have parties everywhere. You can just walk on the street and you can be in the middle of the party just because you walk towards somewhere. And like for here it's absolutely normal, like just somebody like to take you for the hand and like start dancing like salsa or bachata with you. And here is something normal. For example, like if you go with your boyfriend to the club or something, and some other guy like just go and dance with you, here people doesn't accept this like something bad. It's just like everyone is dancing with everyone, and this doesn't necessarily like mean something in a way that they want to like necessarily flirt with you or do something. Like somebody can just like dance with you for 2 minutes and then just like go and dance with some other person. And this is I actually like that because
They are very friendly.
they are very friendly, like
Dominicans
and
in
they
general.
know how to have fun.
But they wouldn't, a man, if he sees you're with your husband or boyfriend, he wouldn't start hitting on you as a lady when he can see you have your man with you.
Yeah.
He would dance quite professionally. They're good, I think they're good at sensing that as Dominican men that, I'll have a swing with a beautiful lady. Okay, so in regards to driving down here, you had some crazy experiences, especially in the beginning, getting used to it, yeah?
Well, I think everyone who came here, it's like shocked from the from the way they drive here. When we were driving at night, like I think most of the people who live here have the experience, like you drive on a highway, for example, and first that like you don't know where to look, like left or right, goes like they pass you by from all the sides with the motos, and you can see like sometimes like people driving like the opposite direction on the wrong line without lights. And I was like, oh my god, like what's going on here? And in the beginning I was super scared. Like every time we need to go a long way drive, I'm like, oh my god, it's coming again. So much stress. Like now I get kind of used to it, but even for, I would say for people maybe who just want to come here for vacation and to rent a car or something, like you should be prepared. Like it's not your regular driving here.
Yeah, maybe just go out with somebody else who's driving for a while, get used to seeing all the craziness, how they do it here. And it's very much on body language. And no, you go, no, I go. But if it's a bunch of motorbike drivers around your vehicle, I mean, they just want to move forward.
Yeah,
and they'll zigzag, if the traffic slows down, they'll zigzag in between cars, trucks to push their way forward. And, don't drive too close to the side of the road, because then they're going to try to squeeze between you and the road curb and sometimes scratches your vehicle. So just stay in the middle of the lane. Don't go crazy or fast. No jerky movements, and then you'll be all right.
Yeah, you should be like extra attentive.
Very good. Well, thank you for your comments, Teodora. And if you just want to mention the handle to your place here, it's at Palms Lounge, is it?
Palms Lounge, yeah. If you need a place to stay in Cabarete, like you are welcome.
Very good. They'll take good care of you. They've got a nice cafe here. I'll just lift the camera off the table here, and you can see a nice bar, and then there's a pool just down below here. You come in from the gate, and nice units. Thank you again. Bye-bye. All right, see you later. Now, Pete, what's the most challenging thing that you found in moving down here?
Well, about a year ago, I started a business in Sosua Beach. It was a barber shop, a tattoo parlor, and a cafe. And I started with the idea of teaching my living girlfriend how to work and how to make an honest living. And I discovered during that 1 year operating the business that it was very challenging to keep your family life happy and to work with your significant other. It was very challenging. But you live and you learn, and I met a lot of good people, and I had a lot of positive experiences, and I'm glad I did it, and I have no hard feelings.
positive one. Oh,
You said
the
something about
police.
police, yeah?
I mean, you run into your policeman, and I can meet him in a store, in a grocery store, and I'll just say, buen dia. And, smile, buen dia, I can be going the wrong way down a one-way street, Well, I don't wave at them, but, I get, they don't stop me,
Because they do that shit themselves all the
When they go,
time.
it's a stupid gringo, he can't read the fucking signs, are in Spanish. So they let you know. But anyway, real positive on the police. I've never had any, I've been with 7 years, any always good. Well, I never been in trouble with the police, so they would have sent me home. And I don't want to go home.
Good stuff. All
Home's
right.
Canada.
Yeah.
That's where Trudeau lives. Now who the shit would want to go there?
Don't they call him Turdo? Yeah, okay. Thanks, Bart, so much, and enjoy yourself down here.
Oh, yeah.
Keep doing it. I know you're doing it.
Siempre, always.
The beaches are like nothing I've seen anywhere, and I've seen a lot of beaches. The Caribbean people, the Dominican, the Haitian people here, they're generally happy and peaceful, and despite their poverty, they get along. They're family. They share everything. There's always music and partying, and it's always loud. And the people, they really are good people.
Okay, super.
Generally, the best thing for me was spending the entire pandemic here under the sun. Just watching the world go by and watching the madness happen from a distance. That was probably the best thing. I had the best time of my life for 2.5 years, and other people had not such a great experience in other parts of the world. But for me, it was very positive. Yeah.
Okay, apart from that first little one in the brink with the cops, but no, it's good.
Yeah.
So very good.
The other challenging thing would probably be not knowing whether I was going to be employed again, and thankfully finding Sosua and finding some places to play, which was great. So that was definitely a positive.
So there's definitely a place you would recommend people to come down to?
Yeah, sure. It's a country of opportunity, I think.
Meeting like-minded people. I left Europe for a special reason. I left it because I wasn't happy there anymore, because I think that there are a lot of bad things gonna happen, and a lot of bad things already did happen. More and more is coming out that I was not wrong about the thoughts I had. And here on the island are very much a lot of people that are like-minded with me, and it gives me a feeling of belonging, connecting to a lot of people, which I didn't have in my own country anymore.
Very good. That's very positive, and I feel the same way. Here you can meet people who value freedom, they value health, they value nature. You just see from people's hobbies that they're more connected to nature. Super positive on that one.
Yeah, for me, it's like finding my family that I lost at home.
Different sisters from different misters, and different brothers from different mothers.
Exactly.
All right, welcome, brother.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks for your clip here.
You're welcome.
Cheers.
For me, because I'm this type of person where I have an entrepreneurial type of spirit, where I really like engaging in new different activities and businesses, is being able to go from one business mode to another business mode, one business idea to another business idea, where I started off with the transparent kayaks, and now I'm doing real estate marketing and property management, and it gives me the opportunity to meet a lot of people, so that's pretty exciting. Network a little bit and meet other people who have business ideas that are innovative, creative, brand new.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, thank you for being on camera, and all the best with your entrepreneurial projects here.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Okay, Henry. Cheers. Okay, and what's the most enjoyable or positive thing that's happened to you down here?
Some of the people, Mr. T, the beach. For sure, we're standing on the beach right now. You can't beat this.
I will just swing the camera again. It's a beautiful day here, so you can see. No, you can't see the mountain. They've chemtrailed too hard here, but it's beautiful waves splashing against the rocks. So you enjoy just the camaraderie down here amongst people.
You have to be careful though.
Yeah.
Because people here think that money grows on trees back in the States. We run out of money fast, a lot faster than anybody thinks.
Yeah.
A lot of them just simple experiences. I like the camaraderie down here. That's one of the reasons that I'm down here. The camaraderie amongst the group. There's a lot of what we call them expats, but a lot of Canadians, Americans, Europeans, spattering everybody down here. And I tend to hang with that group because everybody speaks English. I should be fluent in Spanish, but I'm not. And I guess that my positive part about that is, like I say, one of the reasons I'm here versus another part of the world is because of the camaraderie with hanging out with the guys, hanging out with the boys.
Good stuff. All right, thank you so much, and all the best.
My pleasure, Mr. T.
Cheers again.
See ya.
I do music, so I'm able to do music here, and I'm received with the music very well here with the R&B, Motown, funk, soul thing. So I'm able to do gigs and restaurants, lounges in different provinces here.
And he's good, guys and ladies. He's good.
And it's been received with a lot of love, so I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Cabarete, Puerto Plata, Sosua, and working on Santiago and stuff like that, getting musicians together. So that's a lot of fun.
So people are very warm and
welcoming
clap.
And very welcoming to that. It's not just bachata and salsa and merengue. They want to hear something different. And when you come with the Motown, the funk, and they be like, "That's something different. We like that. Do this, do that, do that."
Mm-hmm.
So it's been very joyful.
And if they wanted to hear you sing, where do you perform?
Various places, lounges, restaurants throughout the North Coast, actually. So.
But primarily Sosua Cabarete, they can find you?
Yes, Sosua Cabarete and Puerto Plata.
And is there a place online where they can figure out when your events are?
At the moment, no. I just post Sosua, Everything Sosua on Facebook. Yeah. I'll post it there, Everything Sosua on Facebook. So
there you go, folks. Thank you so much again, Tyson.
All right.
All right, and make sure you have a visit to one of his, or many of his concerts, if you like it, of course. So,
if you like soul, you like funk, you like to have a good time, yeah.
Good stuff.
I'm your guy here in Dominican Republic, North Coast.
Fantastic.
North Coast.
Good stuff. Thank you, Tyson.
Okay, my man.
Cheers. Okay. What's the most positive thing that you found about living down here?
The people. Actually, some really wonderful people, both expats and a lot of Dominicans are really, really nice, but the expats are very friendly. Telling you what to watch for and where to go, places to go and visit, and watching you, so I know where to go and visit.
Oh, very good. There you go, guys. Keep on watching. All right, thanks, Carla, so much for being on camera, and keep enjoying your stay down here.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Most positive thing, people are nice. There's a lot of freedoms living here. The weather is beautiful. Everything is a little bit more economical than back home in the States. And you meet a lot of really nice expats with like-minded people.
Fantastic.
We have a good time.
We keep hearing that through the interviews I'm doing. So as you can hear, folks, there's something about that, like-minded people. Good stuff. Well, you are already warmed up, so you're going to pump some iron.
Just got off my bicycle, running in the gym right now.
Okay.
Have a great day, folks.
You too.
Mr. T, always a pleasure.
Thank you. Ciao. There you go, ladies and guys. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. Feel free also to contact me if you need relocation consultancy. Keep in mind, the safest way to cross a minefield is to follow somebody else's footsteps. And whenever you want to relocate to another country, it is a bit of a minefield. And for the Sosua, Cabarete, Puerto Plata area, I can definitely help you. If you wish to subscribe to my online information service, InfoHub, then just look in the top right-hand corner of the channel or in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time. Bye-bye.